Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, presented by the Idiot Radio Network, offering a weekly look into the world of professional wrestling with guest interviews, news, results, and much more. Now here's your host, Stephon Devereux. Dang, dong, the marks are mad. Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio, broadcasting live, as we do, you know. I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon, and man, pro wrestling is so funny. Let me tell you why. Because it is probably the only form of entertainment that can continue to piss off its fans every single week, and the fans don't stop. They continue to keep coming. Yes, Vince McMahon, you are a genius. Once again, Mr. McMahon has done it again. Vincent Kennedy McMahon has done it again. What did he do? He ticked off his fans once again. That was, oh my goodness, man. So where do we start? So this past week, let's start the week out. Evolution, success. The fans enjoyed Evolution. The fans, oh my God, they enjoyed it. The marks were on all the little groups, the wrestling groups, and oh God, Evolution's awesome, and I can't wait to see the crowd join. Oh, it's probably, oh. And what did my man Vincent Kennedy McMahon do once again? He pissed the fans off. It was beautiful. It was actually beautiful to watch. It was seriously beautiful to watch. Because I sat back and I seen these people, these wrestling fans, who made their little predictions before the show, who told all the, Braun Strowman's going to go in there and he's going to beat up on Brock Lesnar. And, Dolph Ziggler is going to go in and I guarantee you he's going to win the Best of the War tournament. That didn't happen. That did not happen. What happened? Yes, let's start at the Best of the World. Let's start with that tournament. What happened? What happened to Dolph Ziggler? I thought Dolph was going to win this tournament. He was going to be the best in the world. Dolph Ziggler is not the best in the world. He is not the best in the world. Do you know that title, where that title belongs to? Do you know who that cup belongs to now? Shane O'Mac. Here comes the Money McMahon. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. The fans, the marks that I got to play with over this past couple of days, it was just hilarious. I was in groups all weekend, and I was destroying these marks. I was destroying them left and right. You know why? Because they needed to hear this. They needed to hear this. You do not dictate the future of the WWE. Get it through your thick skulls, you marks. Your job is to buy tickets and show up, cheer for the good guy, and boo the bad guys. Your job is not to go and complain that Vince McMahon is doing this and the Triple H should be doing that. It don't goddamn matter. The boss is Vince McMahon. The boss is Vince McMahon. If Vince McMahon wanted to go in there and put Hornswoggle over as being the best in the world, then he can do it. And I'm going to talk about Vince all show. I'm going to give Vince McMahon his props all show. And you know me. I'm not the one to do it. I call Mr. McMahon out for every idiotic decision he makes. But he didn't make an idiotic decision this past week. He suckered you in with Evolution. Phenomenal pay-per-view. Suckered you in. You talked all glowingly about Vince McMahon for 5 days. 5 days. Glowingly. And now you're upset. This is what he does. He plays roller coaster with your emotions. wrestling fans. This is why he is a billionaire. He doesn't go by the adage of a sucker is born every day. He goes by the adage of I can make as much money as I want off of these marks because they're going to give me all of it. You can continue to bitch and complain and moan and cry about what Mr. McMahon is doing to this business. You know how many people have bitched, moaned, complained, and cried about what Vince McMahon is doing to the professional wrestling business? Almost 40 years people have complained. One man was able to make Vince fall to his knees. To his knees, not to his back, to his knees. You know what? I'll say one knee. One knee. But only one man was ever able to do that. And his name was Eric Bischoff. And at the end of the day, Eric Bischoff ended up working for this man. So, what do you think that you're going to do on a wrestling group? What the hell do you think you're going to do? What do you think you're going to accomplish by yelling and screaming? Nothing. Because you've been doing it for the past, let me see here. When did John Cena become a babyface? Exactly. You smarts have been doing it since, let me think here. When did Hulk Hogan, they started to make it a little bit too long with Hulk Hogan in the WWE. You still bought the ticket. You still bought the ticket. You still bought the pay-per-views. You still bought the merchandise. You even bought the damn ice cream sickles. And you people are still bitching. For all of you newbies, you new complainers and new whiners from the past 15 years, here, let me tell you something. Why don't you go talk to the guys who grew up with the territories, and watched Vince McMahon step on each and every one of them until they were no more. Still bitch and complain with those guys. Oh, they're still bitching and complaining because I hear it every week. And it's done nothing. This is why Vince McMahon is a genius. Mr. McMahon is a genius, and this is why. Because he can make you love him or hate him at any given time. He plays with you. He's trolling your emotions. And you people have the nerve to think that you're going to stop Mr. McMahon from doing this? You really believe this? This is the same man, as I said last week and the week before that, he took on the United States government. This is the same man, as I said last week and the week before that, he took on a billionaire named Ted Turner, who had every resource, every entertainment resource that he needed to destroy the WWF. And Vince McMahon. And what happened? Ted Turner bought the WCW, or NWA, WCW, Crockett Promotions, whatever you want to call it. He bought these guys in, was it the end of 88? 30 years ago. Within those 30 years, the man was only able to pull a profit for 2. He only owed WCW for 15. Excuse me, 13. And then he sold it to the man that did not give a damn what anybody thought. Vince McMahon is a genius, and he proves it to me every single opportunity he gets inside of the wrestling business because, of course, I don't believe in his damn football project he got coming up. He's crazy for doing that because he's been there before, but we won't talk about that this week. We're going to save that for a later show. But this is why Vince McMahon will forever be what people will call the greatest con artist in entertainment. He will be the greatest promoter ever because he knows how to get what he wants out of his fans. And I don't hear the investors complaining. I don't hear stockholders complaining. Do you? Oh, exactly. So if they're not complaining, why the hell should he listen to us wrestling fans who are going to continue to spend money? Exactly. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Crown Jewel show a little bit more. I'm not going to continue to – well, actually, I may kiss Vince's butt a little bit more. Who knows? But you're listening to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Stephon Devereux, here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested. It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with How to Text a Guy to Keep Him Interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
We're back. The Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, Stephon Devereux. I'm your host. And I want to thank you for joining me again. Whew. Like I said in the last segment, I know people are probably ticked off. I don't give a goddamn. But Vince McMahon, I want to thank you for giving me this content that you've given me today. Oh, Lord, I want to thank you. We're going to move along. Ah, man. So, as I said before, Shane McMahon is your new cup winner. He's your best in the world. He's the best in the world. Let that sink in your head, CM Punk. And you know why I'm going to go at CM Punk now? And why I'm going to use this opportunity to continue to ram into CM Punk? Because Punk, here, let's be real, CM Punk. Let's be real. That was a dig at you. Shane McMahon being the best in the world, that was a dig at you. What are you going to do now? Are you going to step up? Are you going to come back? Because, you know, what's pissing me off is I'm listening to wrestling fans. I'm listening to crybabies, whiners, marks. Oh, best in the world is CM Punk. He should have been the best in the world. They should have brought him back for the tournament to hand him. You know what? CM Punk don't want to come back. He don't want you rooting for him. He don't want to come back. He don't give a goddamn. Do you know why? Because Phil Brooks is worried about Phil Brooks. He's not worried about you wrestling fans. If he cared about you wrestling fans, he would do appearances. He would do some appearances. CM Punk would possibly, okay, I'll put it like this. And I'll always bring up James Ellsworth because he's my favorite wrestler. You know why James Ellsworth is my favorite wrestler? I'll talk about him in the next match, in the next segment. Don't worry. But CM Punk, if he cared about his wrestling fans, he would not have found every way to distance himself from his wrestling fans. But we tend to forget that, though. We tend to forget that. you fans, you marks, you hashtag marks, you are not even in the man's mind. He doesn't go on Twitter and, shout out to the wrestling fans, or he doesn't do those types of things. He doesn't care about his fans. He got his money, and then he got his money from UFC, whether you care if I don't care that he lost. I don't care. Because a lot of guys will lose in their first 2 UFC matches. But we won't talk about that. I'm just going to speak on Phil Brooks wrestling only. Phil Brooks don't give a damn about you fans. And Shane McMahon proved that. He did everything in his power to prove that. Did CM Punk react? Did you get a tweet from CM Punk? A Facebook post? Instagram? Snapchat? Something. A press release for his wrestling fans, of course. His fans. Did you get any of those things? No, you didn't. Why? Because CM Punk don't give a damn about you. He does not give a damn. If Punk gave a damn about you wrestling fans, he would be here right now in some form or another. There's other organizations out there. We got Chris Jericho over in New Japan making history. Chris Jericho over in New Japan making history. You're going to tell me that CM Punk couldn't do the same thing over there? He doesn't give a damn about you fans. So stop bringing him up. Stop bringing CM Punk's name up. When you're in Chicago, stop chanting CM Punk, CM. He's not coming out. He's done in the WWE. He's done with professional wrestling. Now, this could change next week, and I could be on here saying, well, I was wrong. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Because he made his money. He got in this business to make money, not friends. Go back to what Scott Hall and Kevin Nash says all the time. You go listen to one of their shoot interviews, and they'll tell you. Chief Jay Strongbow came to them, it was Scott Hall, I believe, or Kevin, one or the other. You can either make money or friends in this business. They decided to go and make that money because it's a business. This is a job to these people. You wrestling fans think that they care if they hurt your feelings? It goes back to what I said about Vince McMahon in the last segment. They know you're going to keep coming back. Why? Because you're marks. That's your job. Their job is to entertain, and your job is to pay them. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But you won't. You won't. Why won't you fans go anywhere else? Because you are creatures of habit. Wrestling, the WWE, is damn near heroin to you. Yes, because it's bad for you. And I'll tell you why it's bad for you. Because you are too emotionally tied to this thing. And you got to let it go. And you're crying about Shane McMahon being the best in the world? He is. And I said it. You know why he's the best in the world? Because had everything played right and a certain sister of it, let's say his sister didn't marry a certain wrestler, I'm pretty sure Shane McMahon may be running this company right now, and the WWE would be a $10 to $20 billion company. No, worth like $5 now, but Shane would have doubled or tripled the value of this company because Shane's an innovator. Now, Shane is the best in the world. Shane, in my prediction, will turn heel. Shane will then carry this best in the world tag, let's say, until WrestleMania. And then you might get your CM Punk back, after all. But I doubt it. I'm also predicting that The Miz will turn babyface within the next 2 months. The Miz is ready, and we're going to talk about that next here on the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. We're going to take a quick break. I promise we'll be right back. And we're going to get into the Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Miz situation, and how does James Ellsworth fit into this thing? Oh, God, I can't wait. Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, Stephon Devereux, Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested? It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with how to text a guy to keep him interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
Discover the where.
We are back. Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. And, of course, we had to end this show off on a beautiful note. I would like to congratulate the two-time Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Say it with me, Brock Lesnar. We want to say, oh, my goodness, that was incredible. Thank you, Mr. Lesnar, for saving us once again, as you always do. You always come and you find a way to save us fans. You know, fans who like that brawl. Watch somebody get their butt beat. That's wrestling to me. I grew up with a Horseman. Horseman beat somebody up every week. Brock Lesnar is probably the only wrestler who can go from error to error and get over. But why am I bringing Brock Lesnar up right now? Because, of course, he's a champion. But why are we going to talk about it? Because we got some damn marks out there. You marks have pissed me off the past couple of days. I tell you this, I could not wait to get on the air. You marks have pissed me off. You're complaining. Oh, well, he's a champion. He's never there. Okay, so what? He's a champion. He can show up whenever he feels like it. He's a legitimate champion. He can show up whenever he likes it. Whenever the guy feels like, yeah, I'll come and smack somebody around. Well, go ahead. Show up for my pay-per-view every couple of months. Cool. That's even if I want to do that. Because who legitimately can beat me and take this belt off of me? There's one man in our roster who ever did it legitimately, and that's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's in no shape to do that anymore. I digress. Brock Lesnar is money. Get off of the daggone hate bandwagon. The reason why he shows up the way he does is because he's a special attraction. The WWE is in a position to where they have no other real legitimate special attraction that's there on a regular basis besides one guy. His name is The Miz. Brock Lesnar is going to be put in that spot from here on out until the WWE does one thing, and I believe they shall do it, and it shall happen very soon. The Miz turns babyface. The Miz goes to Raw. He wins the he wins the Royal Rumble and chooses Brock Lesnar as the championship match he wants. Oh yeah. Brock Lesnar versus The Miz, WrestleMania. You're going to tell me that money that's not money? You're going to sit here and tell me that's not a babyface Miz going up against Brock Lesnar, a heel, the baddest beast in the game, with Paul Heyman as his mouthpiece. You're going to tell me those promos between those two are it's not going to draw? It's not going to keep people interested? This is what the WWE is going towards. This is what they're doing. They see The Miz as their future. They don't see him as the heel as you see him because you have not had a chance to love him yet, and you will. Oh, yeah, you will love The Miz as a babyface. The Miz has something that a lot of these other guys don't have, and that brings me to Braun Strowman. Charisma. Braun Strowman, as big as he is, get these hands. Yeah, he got those two hands shoved up his ass. Braun Strowman he's not, as much as you guys love him, as soon as they put the belt on him and he has no challengers, no real challengers that's going to make him look good, as a heel, they're going to hate him. You'll boo him out the damn building. This is what you fans do. And Vince McMahon knows this. Case in point, you know how they knew he was never going, you know how I knew he was never going to be what you guys want him to be, and why Roman stayed on top as long as he did? I'll take you back to 2 years ago, July 2016. He's having this challenge, Pittsburgh, PA. His brother Strowman challenge, or whatever they call it, the crap, was boring in my opinion. But you know what he did? He had to get in the ring with one of the most charismatic indie wrestlers out there that no one really knew. His name was James Ellsworth. I knew him as Pretty Jimmy Dream. But he got that opportunity that night, and what happened? He got over more than Braun did. If he didn't, Mr. Ellsworth would not be who he is today. And you know this. Look, pay attention. This is why Brock Lesnar is your champion, your universal champion right now, because Braun's not money. Ellsworth proved that. But they're going to fit The Miz into that little spot, and he's going to make it bigger and be the biggest face in the WWE legitimately. Not John Cena-like, where he's booed by half and cheered by the other half. No. The Miz will be the biggest baby face in the WWE once they do this move. I want to thank you for joining me this week. Stephon Devereux here on the Devereux Committee Pro Wrestling. Man, have fun. Check us out. Don't forget, Monday through Friday, Angry Kids 24/7 radio. You can listen to me 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Stephon Devereux Show. Thanks for joining us. We'll check you out next week. Devereux Committee Pro Wrestling.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 radio. Angry Kids 24/7 radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested. It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with How to Text a Guy to Keep Him Interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to work?